And we're live. Hey, everybody. All right. Just waiting for Rich. And gonna get started. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh, there you go. Hey. Adam, that's how it always is. Oh, the sexy boys are here. We're back. Hold on, I'll do my peck dance for you guys. There you go. That's all for you. Look at all that beef. Look at this beef. Look at all that beef. Haven't lifted a weight in 2 years. Still got it. Residuals. I got a belly now, though. Actually, now that, so my son starts camp, and my daughter starts camp, so I'm going to have a couple days to work out. Brother. So I'm going to slowly get back in the mix of things. It's probably from holding Paul, carrying Paul on my back for all these years. I don't like how I sound on this. I don't know what's going on. I sound very hollow. Hey. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Electrifying radio. I think Rich is here. Welcome to Meat Men. A lot of beef talk today. Do you know if they still have this shirt for sale? I got this at Evolve when Marty was there. And I don't know if they still have this. I have two versions of this. One is like that soft cotton from Pro Wrestling Tees, and the other one was like his version. I don't know what's happened outside. I think Rich got stolen. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're doing a Q&A. So I'm going to need your questions at the end of the show. So think of some good stuff for the end of the show. And of course, there's like a generator happening outside. Do you guys hear this? Yeah, so here's the thing. I like them because they sell our t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/matmen. And they have really good quality stuff. Like the quality of, and it lasts, actually. I've had this for like, not this one, but the other one that I have, which is kind of in better shape. I've had it for 2.5, 3 years. And they last. They don't fall apart, these shirts, which is a good thing. I'm assuming this is also the same one from Pro Wrestling Tees that he's just selling. And I watch these things like every week. I don't like wear them all the time. They last for a long time. The issue is they take forever to ship. And you're right, the shipping costs. You got to order like a bunch of stuff for the shipping to make sense. Hold on, let me see where Rich is. Yeah, because this.
Dude.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
it doesn't like my hat.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, wow. All right. What are you doing today?
I don't know, man.
You want to hang and bang?
I'll come out for a beer.
All right.
I gotta go to Bayside. You gotta come with me.
Bayside Milk Farm?
Yeah.
On the way back?
On the way back. On the way there.
On the way there?
Are we going to press?
Yeah. You want to get your meats before we go?
I don't know what I'm doing today, man. I'm
Okay.
exhausted. I
All
had like a double 12-hour day.
All right. Let me center you.
And also, like, I'm a little hungover because last night we were like, Vicky came with me on the gig. So on the way home, we were just like, yo, let's get booze and let's get like 2 slices of pizza.
All right. Let's You know what? Booze and 2 slices of pizza sound great.
Right.
I want to start doing a pizza review show.
Called
Not Your Mama's Pizza.
Not Your Mama's Pizza.
All right, let me do this. Yo, who's joining us for Map Men today?
Moop Men.
Did you see the Map Men?
No, I didn't.
There's a show
so
called
busy.
Map Men, and they talk
Really?
about maps.
Pretty
And I
great.
wanted to find their Twitter. I'm like, hey guys, check out our cousin Map and his podcast.
That's pretty good. Hang on, let me punch up the.
Rich the Beef Sambolian.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Take my glasses
All right.
off.
Oh, you got to pull up the card, right?
Yeah.
And then the G1 blocks.
Yeah. What's it called? Stomping ground.
Stomping Grounds.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Yuck. The glorified raw.
I don't know, man.
What's the next Japanese event?
G1.
Oh, no. Fyter Fest.
Oh, Fyter Fest, G1.
Fyter Fest is next weekend.
Yeah. Do you want to do a live watch along?
Yeah, probably.
It's Saturday.
Yeah, it depends. I think I'll be able to.
Okay.
I
I've not been drinking, by the way.
Good for you.
Yeah, all week. I had a cocktail last night.
Uh-huh.
Not a cocktail. I had a glass of wine last night, and it was the first time that I had a glass of wine at home and I didn't finish a bottle.
Ooh, nice. Good for you, bud.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, okay, you know what? I'm still like not 100%.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. All right, boys.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. You guys ready? We'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarian, and I'm joined by the Iron Schnitzel himself, Rich Stambolian.
Oh, you have to see it to believe it, baby.
What's going on, Rich? How are
Nothing,
you?
man. I'm okay. Is my mic on?
Yeah. Yeah. Why, you can't hear yourself?
No, I can't. I'm a little.
about now?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Harry, I learned a lot about Harry. Harry was here yesterday.
Uh-huh.
He's not deaf like us.
Yeah.
You lost your hearing due to
It's a lot of rock.
a lot of rock and roll. For people who don't know, Rich is a very good musician.
Thank you.
You played a bass.
I play guitar.
You played a guitar.
Yeah.
You don't. I thought you also played the bass a little.
I mean, I do, but
Yeah.
like it kind of goes hand in hand.
You're a pianist.
Yes.
You could play the violin, the cello,
Just a little bit.
the saxophone,
I'm a sick oboe player.
oh,
Also.
the oboe,
Yeah.
the harpsichord.
The harpsichord.
What is that weird instrument that Cyndi Lauper uses?
The guitar?
No, it's not a keytar. It's like this weird. It's like a little organ. It's like a weird organ. She would always go in Bryant Park Hotel,
Oh.
right to the Bryant Park, and sit there like a homeless person and play this thing and sing True Colors. And people would give her money thinking she's a homeless woman.
I know what you're talking about.
It's not a harpsichord.
No,
It's-
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I referenced it a few days ago because I saw somebody else playing it.
It
on
does
like
this
a YouTube clip.
whoa, like one of those.
Like a didgeridoo.
A didgeridoo.
Playing a didgeridoo.
This is a podcast about didgeridoos. Guys, this is a podcast all about professional wrestling. The good, the bad, the ugly, the sexy as well. I'm Major Arian. If this is the first time you're watching this is a silly show. We like to have fun with pro wrestling, but we also like to give you a little bit of the scoops. We like to give you a little bit of the who's it's, what's it's, and of course, who wrestles. Rich.
Yes.
So you had a long week.
I had a very long week. I'm tired. I'm hungover, but I'm ready to talk about men touching each other.
Men, yeah,
all day. And then we'll talk about wrestling.
Yeah. God, I had Harry on yesterday. Harry Targinian to talk about Capital Wrestling. They're doing a show in Brooklyn. This Monday night, 8 p.m. They're doing the TV tapings at St. Patrick's in Bay Ridge.
Beautiful.
Brooklyn. Homicide is going to be there.
I like Homicide.
Yeah. Homicide is going to be there. So it's going to be a good show. Of course, if you guys want tickets, go to Capital Wrestling, find them on social media, and go check them out there.
Former Ring of Honor champion.
Homicide.
Yeah.
Where do you want to begin today?
Let's just jump into it.
Okay.
Let's talk Stomping Grounds.
Oh, God.
This is, I feel like, it's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I always look forward to like big events and stuff, but this is one of those pay-per-views that's like just kind of like a big grumble. Like, I guess so.
Well, you know what I think?
This is like the too many pay-per-views.
The bar has been set so low for the show. I think we're going to look back and we're going to be like, wow, you know what? It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
The show wasn't because the bar has been set so low.
Okay.
There's not much happening on this card except for one match that I'm really interested in, and that's Joe and Ricochet.
Yes.
By the way, I don't want to go into the Ricochet stuff, but there's a naughty boy on the internet. He already went into it. He's had a very rough week.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, because you were saying you were like, this might be bad for him. But I don't know.
I think it did not get the attention that a lot of people thought it would.
Yeah.
And luckily for him.
I think it's okay.
Listen, man, first of all, I think it's gross when people spread that stuff around.
Right.
I'm curious about, like, I think people are very intrigued by, like, voyeurism.
Yes.
And not seeing things. There's some, like, having access to something they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so beyond invasive.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, and like, our followers on Twitter were, like, tweeting it out.
I
like,
know, that's
videos.
kind of weird.
And they were sending it to me, and they're like, what do you have to say about this?
And you were like, give me more.
I'm like, it's like 7 a.m., dude. It's like 7 a.m. I have, like, 8 people sending me this, and they're like, what do you think of this? And first I thought...
That's right, you texted me at, like, 7:30 in the morning, and you were like, this is what I'm getting. In my messages this morning.
So, you know what's funny? I first thought it was like a guy sending me, like, what do you think of this? You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Because that's happened in the past.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, gross, dude, whatever.
Who do you think of this?
And then, like, it took me, like, a good hour to figure out because it was, like, multiple people.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was, like, everybody got hacked.
Right.
It was, like, one of those spam messages. And I'm like, oh, that's Ricochet.
Listen, if Ricochet ever finds out who it is, that means he got to the bottom of it.
He did get to the bottom of it, yeah.
That's all I got to say about
that. That's a butt joke. So I am hopeful that Ricochet Joe match salvages the terrible card that we have. But why don't we go through the...
Can I make a really crude joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not going to do
it. Okay, don't do it.
But it's pretty good. You know what? Can you do that really quick? We met.
That is very crude but hysterical.
Yeah, if this was Matt Men After Dark, that would have been.
Yeah, that would have been great for Matt Men After Dark.
This is just Matt Men in the morning.
This is Matt Men in the morning on a Saturday morning. Actually, this is getting released on Sunday, so hey, it's Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's Matt Men in the morning.
Yeah, Sunday preview to Stomping Grounds. So let's go through this card.
Beautiful. So you have Danny Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. I'm actually looking forward to this match.
Okay, this match could be a lot of fun.
I think so.
There is. Let me just say this. So I was away, and it took me like a week to get back into asking questions.
Yeah.
And I was told that there's a very specific reason why Daniel Bryan is being kept in tags.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah. He's He's not feeling that great.
Okay. Like,
And they're being
mentally, emotionally?
they're being very careful with
Okay.
him. They
All
don't
right.
want to, because they saw with Rey Mysterio, and everybody
Oh,
was
my
very.
God.
Rey was a great example of everybody telling them that this is a really bad idea
Yeah.
to have him work a harder schedule.
Right.
I don't know why they don't. Like Kurt Angle, for
Mhm.
example. Kurt should have been used as a specialty guy for a year and a half.
100%.
A
I
year.
agree.
Use him on big cards.
Yeah.
A Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, a SummerSlam. Big
Yeah.
super cards with
Mhm.
really important matches, not Baron Corbin.
Right.
It didn't help Baron. Like, I get the idea of, like, well, you're going to put over the young guy and it'll help him. Beating Kurt Angle does not help Baron Corbin.
I mean, it does in a weird way in the WWE logic.
In their
because
logic,
It
yes.
adds to the accolades of his character saying, I was this, I was that, I did this. It's almost
But
like...
you also diminish the role of Kurt Angle.
Yes, 100%. But also, like, I feel like Kurt's a special case because, like, who knows what his own personal ideology was? Because he always struck me as a guy who was like, whatever you need, I'll do it. You know, not a guy who's like, yo, bring me in 4 times a year. You know what I mean? Like,
They should have been smart enough to know that.
but it also just looks like they burned him out and Rey Mysterio too. I agree.
Well,
with you,
Ray,
you know?
okay, so Ray, everybody told him that's a really bad idea to go there, work
Yeah.
a 50-plus date schedule or whatever. I don't remember what he worked. It was going to happen. He was going to get hurt. And again, he started getting hurt.
Oh yeah,
The human body cannot do this.
right.
It's not natural.
Right. You're throwing yourself at the ground.
I spoke to someone that's an MMA trainer.
Yeah.
On Wednesday. Friend of mine, he's worked with, top guys in MMA.
Top guys.
And he, like Chuck Liddell and all these guys. And he was telling me, he goes, when we train now, I tell all my guys to have some body fat on them.
Right.
Because it actually helps with the impact.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't get injured as fast because you don't tear things as fast because there's a little bit of a room there.
A little bit of meat.
It's all these guys are shredded, in WWE, and they're all tearing stuff.
Right.
It's a common occurrence because of the way that they train. Everybody overtrains.
Right.
And on top of overtraining, they're throwing each other around on essentially plyboard with a little bit of foam.
Yeah.
And then they get hurt and people are like, oh, he's injury prone. No.
Right. Exactly.
Your body can't do this like this.
It's unnatural to. I mean, again, at the same time, like, it's personal physiology. Like, look at a guy like The Miz who's only ever out with like one injury, who's not injury prone but works a safer style, right? Or like a Ric Flair is a great example of that too.
Ric Flair's another great example.
Oh, like he worked a very ground-based safe style.
Never a shredded dude, never like a jacked guy.
Yeah.
By, wrestling standards.
Mm-hmm.
I think that plays a part. So sorry, go into the card.
Okay. Dan Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I could see Heavy Machinery taking it. I feel like
an upset.
Yeah, I feel like the guys in the back, the production guys and the higher ups are very high on Otis and Tucker.
I want to see Otis do like his weird thing to Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan's reaction. Camera pans into Daniel Bryan to his like disgusted look of him.
Tucker needs a little Tucker needs to get on that Otis level too, because
he needs
Otis
a little bit more personality.
Yeah, like Otis is like the hot tag, right? But I do see Tucker as like a future champ.
You really do. You really.
Yeah.
I think you're the only person on this planet that sees that.
Really?
But I respect your concept of that.
Big boy.
He is a big boy.
Old school.
Okay.
Amateur wrestler.
Okay.
Good look.
Okay.
I think if he amps up the personality, like they'll put he should be in that category of a push, whereas like people were questioning that Lars Sullivan push. You know what I mean? And like that's like Vince loves those weird monsters, but I do think a guy like Tucker has a lot of upside to him. I know nobody gives a shit about.
I don't see anything, but I love how you could see it in him.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm not being an asshole.
No, I know. I really
listen. I like how you see like the great in certain people, and sometimes you are so absolutely right about it, and it happens like a couple years later. I personally don't see it, and I think you have a vision into certain things that a lot of people don't.
I was 100% right about Baron Corbin as soon as I saw him in NXT.
Yes, you were.
That they're gonna love this.
They're gonna love this dude
at some point. You know, not the fans, but like
The company.
There's just certain guys where you're like, yeah, that's a dude right there.
Yeah.
That's a dude right. Can we get that on a t-shirt?
That's a dude right there. You know what? I have the Who Wrestle shirts getting made.
Beautiful.
And let's do That's a Dude right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Tony Nese versus Akira Tozawa versus Drew Gulak. That should be fun.
I like Tony Nese.
Mhm.
Long Island boy. I've
Right.
seen him so many times
Mhm.
wrestle. Nice dude.
Yeah.
I feel like I wish he had a little bit more charisma. Just like a tiny bit more.
Okay, I agree with that.
Because it would really, elevate him. But unbelievable worker. He's
Mhm.
been around for a long time. Great
Yeah.
physique. I think this match could be really good.
I'm also surprised that Tozawa is still with the company.
Tozawa is still with the company, yeah.
You have New Day, Big E and Xavier versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think this is going to be a really fun match, and I see Kevin Owens and Sami taking it.
Okay.
I also see Kevin Owens and Sami at some point becoming the tag champs on SmackDown.
I can see that as well. Yeah.
Just like have that chemistry. And
Unbelievable. They have so many people,
Mhm.
right? You're talking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they
Mhm.
don't really have a program for them other than being in a tag with the New Day.
or them just be like they get good TV time. That's the thing. They've always gotten good TV time, no matter where they were on the card.
Yeah.
Sami has always gotten very good TV time, apart from that weird Bobby Lashley thing from last year.
Was that when Bobby came in and he was the initial feud, right?
Yeah.
Bad move. The initial plan was Brock for him.
Ugh.
I actually would have liked that.
You think so?
Yeah, I really would have. I remember being told the plan for that,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have been done really well. It would have been a long program. It would have been the MMA stuff also. They just
Yeah.
didn't pull the trigger.
I think if he had Leo Rush during that, right, and it was Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman doing the back and forth on the mic,
Yeah.
I think that would have worked out very well. But unfortunately, Bobby Lashley has the personality of a frying pan.
It's okay. He has no eyebrows. What do you want from him?
I want him to have personality. Samoa Joe versus Ricochet.
Match of the night, probably.
Probably match of the night. I think I feel like I don't know.
Who takes it?
I want to say Joe retains, dude.
Okay.
I
mean, again, amazing. They got Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Not on the main event picture.
I do think it's coming, because like I see like the thing I like about him with the US title is that he walks around like he's the number one champ.
Yes, he does. Well, you know what's
Yeah.
amazing? He's the only one that does that. Kofi doesn't walk around like he's the number one champ, and
Right.
Seth doesn't either.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, no matter what shit you hand him,
Yeah.
he's able to pull it off.
Yep. 100%. Like, give me the US title. I'm gonna walk around like I'm the best
Yeah.
in the company, and he does, and he cuts the best promos. I do see him retaining and just kind of like moving up the card a little bit,
Yeah.
Kofi versus Dolph in another Who Cares
Oh,
match,
yuck.
the steel cage match for the WWE Championship. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good match. These guys have like a very long rivalry that I hoped that we saw the end of like 5 years ago. But I mean, it's gonna be good. I really like Kofi as champ.
I don't.
Why?
I like the chase.
Okay,
Chase
Owens.
I love Chase Owens. I like, they have a real problem in WWE where the babyface gets over, chasing,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no idea how to handle him as the champion.
Okay.
Give me, I will ask you that. I think I did last time, but give me a pure babyface, right? That was a babyface and it was cheered by the crowd all the time. That had the title that they booked properly.
Dan Bryan.
They didn't book him properly after the title.
Well, I mean, he got hurt immediately.
he got
after
hurt.
that.
No,
Yeah.
but remember, he feuded with Kane afterwards.
Did he?
That was the first. I believe that was the first feud
After WrestleMania.
After WrestleMania. So give me
Okay.
a pure babyface, the last pure babyface to hold that title that they booked properly after they held the title.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Cena won't count.
Kurt Angle.
Cena won't count because he was booed. I'm discounting Cena.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle as a pure babyface that was booked properly when he had the title. Who was he feuding with? Hunter.
Yeah, I think so.
Come on, guys, give me another one. That's 20 years ago. Eddie, after he held the title, who did he feud with?
I want to say Brock.
Brock was prior.
Yeah.
He got the title off of Brock. Brock left at WrestleMania. JBL?
Possibly.
No, he beat JBL for the title. No, he beat Brock for the title. Who did he beat for the title? Can't remember. Jeff Hardy? I don't think so. Yeah. Edge. You know what?
Edge.
Was Edge a babyface with the title? He was a heel.
Yeah. The first championship run was heel. I want to say he wasn't.
CM Punk?
I think with Edge's title reigns, he was always a heel, right?
I think he was always a heel.
Punk after he won
in 2011.
The ladder match or the cash in?
The cash in.
Okay.
No, the money at Money in the Bank when he won the title.
Okay. The Rock?
The Rock probably. Rock probably. CM Punk, okay.
But you know what? I think also you're discounting the fact that, like, let's say, like, The Rock's a great example because he's another guy that no matter what,
he's always over.
Like, he's always over, and also booked him properly or whatever. No matter who that dude was facing, he'd elevate the other person in the ring, right?
In WWE has this problem where, and by the way, we are conditioned to this. We love the chase. We don't like them holding the title. They're doing a really good job at attempting this with Seth right now. Where Seth looks really strong as champion. Kofi, by the way, has been probably, on a booking side for WWE, they have made him look very strong as champion. They don't normally do this. I think they're attempting to reverse this because this has been a known issue within the company that they're acknowledging.
Right.
Generally, people love the chase of the story. They never care for the babyface to hold on to the title. That's why heels have a way longer run with titles than a babyface does in this era. You know, more heels hold these titles and babyfaces chase them.
I do think Kofi wins, right?
Okay.
And
you need a program. You need like a real opponent.
I do think Kofi wins. But I also see them using that wild card rule in a weird way where Kofi wins and gets challenged by AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson.
And they do like a 3-8.
They turn AJ heel again.
I thought he was heel. When he came over, he teetered.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
he got hurt.
Yeah. So, but he does need, you're right. He does need a serious opponent. That's a heel. Yeah. That's not. You need a heel.
That's not Dolph Ziggler.
That's not Dolph Ziggler.
He's heel. That's the interesting thing about Dolph Ziggler, where like the dude's great in the ring, got a great look. He cuts a good promo, but it's just for me, it's never been believable.
Shane beats him, wins the title.
Ooh.
Then Randy Orton beats Shane. Randy Orton has the title going into Fox.
There you go. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right. Seth versus Baron Corbin. I do think there's going to be a lot of upsets with this pay-per-view because I feel like they always do that with these sleeper pay-per-views because there's nothing really jumping out and selling this, but I do think there's going to be like some wacky stuff with it, you know?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a good show, like you said. Seth versus Baron Corbin. Imagine if Baron Corbin wins that title. Oh, my God. I think the crowd would go so old school that they throw garbage at him.
Yeah, if Baron Corbin wins that Universal title at this nonsense pay-per-view, the perception would be so bad.
Yeah, because what's after the SummerSlam, right? Or Money in the Bank?
We have a July pay-per-view, right? This is June.
Yeah, this is June.
We have July and then SummerSlam. So what's July?
I want to say Money in the Bank.
No, Money in the Bank just happened.
Did it?
Yes.
Did it really?
Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
You've erased it from your mind.
I've totally erased it. Remember it.
What's the July pay-per-view?
Battleground.
I would like them to do like Bash at the Beach.
Oh, that'd be great.
They had an idea to do it in Hawaii. They were thinking about doing a special show in Hawaii.
Battleground.
Let's see.
Not bad.
July WWE PPV.
PPV.
Someone's going to write a comment and say, hey, you guys don't know the schedule?
PPV.
You guys not know it. July is Extreme Rules. Great. In Philly.
Okay.
And then we have SummerSlam in Toronto.
Oh, because when I think of summer, I think of Canada.
I think of Canada when I think of summer. I think, you know what, though? I think that's us being bitter because we had SummerSlam for like 18 years straight.
That is true. All right. So, Kofi Ziggler, I think Kofi retains. Seth versus Baron Corbin. I honestly think it would be so hysterical if Baron Corbin wins.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of his celebration, he gets Brock Lesnar cashes in. And Brock gets that Universal title match, belt.
Brock still has that thing.
Right? And then that way, Seth doesn't get pinned. Well, he gets pinned by Baron Corbin. But Seth doesn't get beat by Brock. And then that's your match at SummerSlam. Seth versus Brock, part 2.
I would like to see Brock wrestle somebody else.
Same here, but I think they take so much care of Brock Lesnar that A, he probably has a say in who he's wrestling, and B, the company needs somebody it's worked AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, right? Those have been his opponents in the last few years. And Randy Orton. Right?
Maybe Orton.
Randy Orton a couple years ago.
What?
With Brock, he busted him open.
He busted him open. Yeah.
So they need dudes of that caliber. Would I like to see a Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn versus Brock Lesnar? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think a Kevin Owens Brock Lesnar program would be ridiculous.
But for years we've been doing the show, and I've said there's going to be a guy that dethrones Brock as that guy, right?
Right.
We still have not had that moment.
Yeah.
How many years later? When he come back? 2011? 2011 he came back?
Yeah.
So he's been back for 7 years in this company. We have yet to have the guy just,
murder him.
Not even murder him, but have a competitive match with him and beat him. Yeah, but Goldberg was a fluke. Every win, every time he loses, it's like something.
Yeah.
You finally had Roman beat him, but it meant nothing because he beat Roman 18,000 times. So once again, it was a fluke. You need a guy to go in there against Brock for the first time and beat Brock. And you're like, oh, crap, this guy is more dangerous than Brock.
Right. I think, who do they have that they could pull that trigger on? Because Brock is a tested commodity for them.
Listen, a lot of people hate Brock. I get it.
Oh, 100%.
I get why they hate Brock. But if you look at business, he's the only guy on that roster that has been built as this legitimate undefeated guy.
100%.
Right? They have built him as a guy that's a champion, that's valuable. He's a special commodity. He holds on to the titles.
Yeah.
They have built him like every other former legitimate world champion that they've had. Long title runs, unbeatable, and when he does lose, it's like a fluke loss, so it doesn't really hurt him. They've really done a good job of building him. He also brings in ratings.
Yes.
And he sells tickets. For all the dislike that the core audience, the real wrestling fan has for him, he's appealing to everybody else.
Oh, 100%.
And when you have Raw doing 2 million viewers, it's no longer about that hardcore fan. It's about appealing to more people.
Yeah.
I get that logic, but you've had him for 7 years. You have not used him to build somebody
100%
that could take that place.
Well, here's the other thing, too. In that Vince McMahon WWE mentality, it's black and white, whereas for the fans, it's different. The Brock Lesnar thing, I completely understand it from that point of view. He looks like a champion.
By the way, 2012 he came in.
Okay.
Sorry.
He looks like a champion. And they, as much as they want to say both shows are equal, they're really not. The belt on Raw is their preeminent belt, right?
Yeah.
And the history of that belt is very interesting too, because they tried something new with Finn Balor as the first Universal Champion, because at that point they were so high on him.
I'm curious how that direction would have gone.
If he held on to it. See, I do think Kevin Owens is also always the secondary.
I would have said Seth. And at that point, yes, you're right. Kevin Owens. Yeah.
And I think that was also Vince saying okay, Hunter, let's see what your guys got.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the Kevin Owens thing got cut short because they're like, yo, Goldberg wants to wrestle. Like, we need an excuse for this whole Brock Lesnar Goldberg thing.
Also, part of it was they wanted to build a false lineage of the title.
Exactly.
Goldberg winning that title was not for today.
Mm-hmm.
It's for 10 years from now.
Absolutely, 100%.
So it's for when you're talking about the 100th champion or 50th champion, or they put that book out of all their Universal champions.
Exactly.
This is a marketing thing. You got to think of it that way, right? Always forecast 2 steps ahead with everything that they do. That's why they had Bill Goldberg on there, because now what it's done is it legitimizes Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins
and
Finn. Saying like, oh wow, look, Finn Balor's in the class of Bill Goldberg, one of the biggest names, and
Brock Lesnar,
by the way, and Brock Lesnar. If they could put the title on Hogan, they would.
Oh, 100%.
If they could put the title on The Rock, they would.
Yes,
because they need to pump the names associated to this, because they already have that with the world title, with the WWE title.
Roman Reigns,
another one, yeah.
And I think that was his 6th title win.
Romans?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's up to now.
I do want to say it was like 6.
8? 6?
Maybe 7. But I think that Goldberg thing threw a fluke in it, and then in Vince's eyes, he was just like, from now on, I'm putting this belt on guys who look like the champion. Because if you put, again, we've gone through this so many times, if you put
Roman's 4.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. If you put Kofi next to Brock Lesnar, who would you say is like?
Oh, dude, I had this discussion with somebody that works there.
Yeah,
I love
in the WWE eyes,
WWE eyes,
also
not ours,
in like in that perception of the fair weather fan, not the guys who watch our show who say like Cesaro or Samoa Joe should be champion. Yes, absolutely, I would love them to be champion too. But again, like you're saying, from the marketing perspective.
For the marketing perspective, we are not the demo that they need.
Right.
You could only reach, and this is, by the way, this is going to be a discussion within AEW.
Yeah.
This is going to be a issue for AEW with their core fan, because right now they only have a P1 hardcore viewership or interest, and they're going to upset these people when they start putting titles on people that would garner them more mainstream attention.
Right.
100%. By the way, same issue that TNA had for many years when they would bring in names. There's different ways to handle it. I don't think TNA handled it the right way. I assume the guys at AEW, from all that I know, they're very intelligent and very connected and in tune with the way things work. But when Chris Jericho has that title, there's a reason why Chris Jericho has that title. You can't lose your mind now and say
it should have been this.
It should have been Hangman Page, because when you go on Turner TV for your first show, who's going to sell? Who's going to bring more eyeballs as your world champion?
Exactly.
Chris Jericho, a recognized name, the first undisputed champion. He would be the first person to ever hold the WCW title, the WWE title, and the AEW title. He should have had the Impact title.
I think he also should have had. I think he should have beat Okada.
He should have also he should have beat Okada. But he will be the first person to ever be, and then he'll truly claim he's the first ever undisputed world champion.
Right.
He could do that whole thing. People are going to get so furious and want to see him lose that title because he's a believable heel.
Yeah.
Listen, people lost their mind with that Okada match. Did we talk about that?
Oh, yes.
At all? We did?
Yeah.
People got very upset at that because he made Okada look bad. Listen, he's a 40-something-year-old man. He's not at the top of his game, but he's compensating by doing a very different style, and he's playing a different role.
Yeah.
The same complaints that you saw for the Okada match were not there for the Kenny Omega match.
Right.
I don't think the Kenny Omega match was a stellar 5-star match.
Okay.
I wonder what did Dave give it? Do you guys remember? MG Geek in our chat room. Check it out. I got to remember what Dave gave. I think he gave it like 4 1/4
Which
or
one?
whatever.
Which?
Omega Jericho.
Where?
At AEW Omega Jericho.
Okay.
4.25.
Great match.
You know what? I would say he gave it. Listen, this is semantics, right?
Exactly,
4 stars, 5 stars, semantics. But I would say it should have been a 4-star match.
10 bananas.
I think the ending built a story around it and it was fine. I think the build that he had was great. Okada Jericho had the same rating as Okada Jericho had the same rating as Kenny and Jericho. I enjoyed Okada Jericho a little bit more because I saw what he was doing. But I'm not saying that it was this stellar match. It was a very different match. You could have a very different match and still be a decent match.
I agree and I disagree with you about Jericho. I do think he's at the top of his game psychologically.
I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I don't mean character-wise. I'm saying physically.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, dude,
He's not
47
20. He's
years
not
old.
20 years old anymore.
He's put on a couple pounds.
That's fine.
He's 40-something years old.
Works for him.
He's flipping still.
Absolutely.
You know?
He hit Okada with a very hard lion salt, and it looked great. You know, it's more believable now. I think he's also at the point of the career where he's just like straight up hitting dudes in the face, and it's great. You know?
Listen, I appreciate him, but when he has that title, you're gonna see people lose their freaking minds.
Yes.
By the way, I'm not saying he's winning the title. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying if and when.
From that marketing perspective, it makes sense, especially if you're going to be on TV.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to get those promos during probably like the start of basketball season, right? Because they're going on TV in October. So, like, towards them hyping the NBA on TNT.
Can you imagine opening day at the NBA? Whatever that opening game is on TNT, Jericho comes out and cuts a freaking promo.
Amazing.
In the middle of that court and starts screaming at the audience. They have no idea who this lunatic is, wearing the freaking goth makeup.
It's so good.
I mean, it'll be great.
Okay, so Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. We got to get back on
People
track.
hate that I like Lacey.
I love Lacey too, man.
I see what they're doing.
That's another one I think that both, not to toot our own horn, but I'm going to toot a little bit. In NXT,
toot me all you want.
In NXT, both of us were like, yo, that's a company girl right there. They're going to blow her up as soon as she gets to the main roster. And they did.
I think people don't like her for all the wrong reasons, even though there's plenty of reasons not to like her.
Right. She's too green.
I think she is. She is green. But
she's nervous.
She's nervous.
She's nervous.
I actually think it's great because you genuinely don't like the person that Becky's facing.
Right.
We got too used to liking people that people face.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, let
us hate her. It's cool.
I also do think that's a big issue in terms of this stuff too, and fan reactions, where it's like we're from like it sucks to say it, but like, you know, we are not the generation that really gets upset about stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Oh, listen,
because
you're speaking for us.
No, you know what I mean? Like, where it's like how kids there's no winners and losers anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's okay to hate Lacey Evans.
It's okay to hate Lacey. You should.
It's okay to hate Baron Corbin.
You're supposed to hate Lacey Evans.
Right. I wish it was somebody different.
You're supposed to hate Lacey Evans. Because if you think everybody deserves the spot and you like respectfully boo, they're not doing their job that great. Boo.
That's how you respectfully boo. Boo.
Now, by the way, if it's a SummerSlam, I don't think it should be Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch.
No.
You know, I don't think that should be the case.
It's great for Stomping Ground, Battleground, whatever the hell this pay-per-view is called.
Whatever the hell this Fakakta pay-per-view is.
They should call it WWE Fakakta House.
Let me let's take a poll right now on this Sunday morning.
Wink.
How many of you guys know what Fakakta is?
Yeah.
Let me know.
WWE Fakakta House.
Yeah.
WWE cannoli bread.
What else do we have?
We have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre in a grudge match.
Beautiful hair on both these men.
I know. Is this your dream? Just to be in the middle of this fight? Is getting whipped by their
Just whipped by women.
Oh, give me more. Give me more, boys.
Oh, man. I could see this entire match before my eyes right now. I see the entire match.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of big boots.
Yep.
A lot of punches. Spears.
This is gonna be a good big man match. Drew McIntyre takes it, I think. Also, I think Lacey Evans is gonna beat Becky Lynch.
You do. You think that?
Oh, yeah. And then
WWE Coffee Grounds.
Yeah. And then we have who do you think is gonna win, Roman or Drew?
Drew should win.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. You know what? I'm gonna say Drew.
I think if Roman wins, they should do a little character serve with Drew McIntyre, and he becomes like really, really sad, and then they start calling him Droop McIntyre.
Droop McIntyre.
He's just like, He's basically turns into like Droopy Dog.
I like that.
Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
What is happening here with this match?
I don't know, but I've come around to Bayley again for some reason.
Because she's like a little mean.
Yeah, I said that on Twitter and like a couple weeks ago, and everybody was like, "You're the only one, dude."
What? That you think she's getting a little mean?
I know that I like this Bayley again. Like this is like the resurgence of like Bayley, you know.
I want Bayley to be the one that's been leaking all these inappropriate photos of wrestlers.
Oh my god,
she's like Gossip Girl. You know what? That's my new gimmick for Bayley.
Yeah,
got it.
Gossip Girl.
Got it right now. Do you know the premise of Gossip Girl?
I do not.
Okay,
please explain it.
Nobody in our audience would know. So apparently, in Gossip Girl, this person has like a blog called Gossip Girl, and she blogs about all the socialites, like those like really rich kids on the Upper East Side or Upper West Side, wherever they are. And like she would like leak photos and do all this like bad stuff and like talk about and out people and stuff like that. I want that to be Becky's gimmick. I want her to have like a website like Gossip Girl where she's like, I saw Finn Balor changing and Naomi was watching him. XOXO Bayley.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
she would need an alias though.
Huh?
She would need an alias though.
What would her alias be?
Hollywood Bayley.
Hollywood Bayley.
It's like when you make your password 1 2 3 4 5. I want to see Bayley retain. I do like that Alexa Bliss is back in action.
Yeah. I by the way, Alexa's phenomenal as in her role.
Oh yeah,
she's another great one in her role.
What's the main event? Is it Kofi versus Dolph?
Kofi versus Dolph. Okay. Shane and Miz. Are they on this card?
It doesn't look like it is.
Is Shane wrestling?
I don't think so. This is like updated.
Kofi versus Dolph?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to see Kofi versus Dolph
in a steel cage.
Or maybe it's going to be Bayley versus Alexa.
Kofi versus Dolph in a steel cage. Would this be his first main event?
Kofi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we have Fyter Fest, which is next week.
Fyter Fest is next week. AEW's second. Would you consider this a pay-per-view? It's not. It's free on BR Live.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of anticipation on how many people are going to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
This is the more of this aspect of the show is more interesting to me because I've heard people say upwards of 400,000 people will stream this and watch it live. I think that is a very unrealistic expectation.
Okay.
I think on the high end we're looking at 200,000.
Really?
What would you say? Don't let me skew your opinion of this. I want your true, honest.
I think. Okay, so last year when Kenny did CEO, it was live streamed on Twitch.
Okay, and
it was free.
Yes,
you just had to have a Twitch account.
Yeah,
right. I think that was great. They had 6,000 people in attendance for it. And I don't know what the numbers were on the stream, but I think it was over 100,000 people watching.
Total or watching live?
Total.
Concurrent. No, not concurrent.
Yeah, like they caught up to it or whatever.
Yeah.
So for this, I think because of all the hype behind it and the fact that what was the number for All In? That 137,000 people were trying to buy tickets for All Out?
They could have sold out the Roman Coliseum at this point. Yeah, like 100 well, when I went online, I was like I think I put it. Yeah, I was like number 28,000, and then within like 10 minutes, it shot up to like it was like 64,000. I don't think a lot of those people, and I'm gonna discount what Dave was saying. I think a lot of people were just like standing in line to see what the number was. Like once it started,
not really buying it.
Not really buying it. Like I was one of those people. I wasn't buying it, but I got in line to see what it's like. Obviously, there's not too many of those. So, my honest conservative estimation, I think they could have done a 36,000 person building, 30,000 at least.
I do think because of all the hype that's behind this company at this point, they're gonna have 300,000 people watching this.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my number.
I respect your number.
Okay.
Oh, total, not total number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with replays and live and off, not live. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go 198.
And I also do think it's gonna crash at some point because I feel like maybe their infrastructure can't handle the amount of people who want to watch a free Hey, do you know how? I mean, like my number is high, but whenever we do our watch-alongs or we tweet during events, how many people tweet us and message us saying, "Where can I watch this for free?"
For free, yeah.
Or with their made-up sob story of like, "Yo, I had to sell my car. Where could I watch this for free?"
Yeah.
You know, those people are gonna come out of the woodwork.
So
you know,
let me see. Jason in our chat room says, I think somewhere between 150 and 300 will stream.
Mm-hmm.
They have roughly 500,000 on their social channels, so I think they could get around 150 to 300. 400 is too much, including replay, says Bob Hazelwood. 175. My boy, Bob Hazelwood. I think 175 is a very realistic number. So the thing is, BR Live, Warner Group needs to know what they're anticipating.
Right.
And they don't really have an anticipation. So we know on the low end, it'll be whatever they were doing with Double or Nothing.
Right.
This show definitely doesn't have the hype that Double or Nothing had.
Right.
But since it's free and on a Saturday, on a non-holiday day,
Exactly.
it's quite possible that they could do. I mean, I hope it's 400,000. God,
Me too.
I'm saying that. I'm not saying to be like I don't want them to do better. I hope it's as much as possible, but that's a lot, especially for streaming. Like I'm in the business of digital. That's a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
That's a lot for digital. For TV, not so much.
Yeah.
But for digital, for someone to go to a website, sign up, click on it, watch it on their laptop, and then try to think, oh, maybe I could get this on my TV. How do I get this on my TV? There's so many moving parts here that it takes away. Some people are like, I don't want to watch them.
People just give up.
I do think a lot of people just give up.
Really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
It was an article in Streaming Media Magazine that
how lazy the F are people now.
Yeah, people,
that they give up.
Well, that was also a big problem with satellite radio.
That they just gave up.
They just gave up. Wow. And
I'm sorry. Continue with the article.
In the article, it's actually what you were saying.
Okay.
They were talking about how Spotify, for example, in the car, why digital streaming music has not overtaken everything. And a lot of it has to do with the convenience factor.
Yeah.
You got to set your phone up. You got to plug it in. You got to make sure it's synced to your whatever system that you have in your car.
Let's say.
Bluetooth. And then you got to hit the Bluetooth button, or you got to hit it has to pick it up. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Right.
Sometimes it does. Now you got to rely on the internet connection of your phone while you're driving. And then you got to have it here or mount it somewhere.
Right.
You don't want to pick your phone up. There's so many moving parts that people just like, I'm one of those. I don't do Spotify in the car.
I have Apple Music, but I do that in the car.
I have Spotify in my console, like
in your car console.
In my car console, and I barely use it
just because
it's like too many movements.
It's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah. So let me just throw this here.
What's the lazy factor on this pay-per-view, guys?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good. This is kind of like a secondary card for them, but I also do think like if you're looking at it as a blow-off pay-per-view, then that's the wrong perspective, especially because they're leading up to All Out and they're leading up to their TV time, right? Also, the fact that people are getting worked by Jericho saying, I'm not going to be there because it's free. Listen, I'm glad you believe this, but I do think you're going to get Jericho showing up on this, obviously.
Sure.
And guess what? That's going to boost the numbers again. They're going to get
more attention.
More attention to it. So, you want me to go down the card?
Yeah, let's go down the card.
You get two pre-shows, two pre-show matches. Michael Nakazawa versus Alex Bailey in a hardcore match. The Best Friends versus SoCal Uncensored versus Private Party.
That should be a fun match.
That should be definitely a fun match. Fudge match.
Yuka
Sakazaki versus Rio versus Nyla Rose. That should be good.
Okay.
Christopher Daniels versus SEMA. That should be good. Adam Page versus Jimmy Havoc versus Jungle Boy versus MJF. That's going to be great.
Gonna be a fun match.
I do think Adam Page wins that. Moxley versus Joey Janela. I think this match is probably going to surprise a lot of people.
I think it's going to be another brawl in the crowd. It's going to be like a, CZ. I mean, they're both CZW guys, but
I think Moxley's going to bite his nose off.
He might. He might bite his nose off.
Are they still doing a Janela with Penelope Ford thing or no?
Did they come out? I know that they broke up.
Right, and then they got back together.
And
then they broke up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can also see Moxie going old school and then Penelope trying to stop the match and then him just punching her in the face.
You know that event that he just did against Big Cass?
Yes.
He wrestled Big Cass last week.
Yes.
Renee Young was there, like in the ring, cutting a promo.
Well, she was at the same, I think, convention that he was at. Because there was like a signing
in
somewhere.
Boston.
Yeah, I think there was a signing and Moxie was there and Renee was advertised for it too.
Yeah.
You know.
Penelope was in Joey's corner. So I guess she will be in his corner.
So I can easily see that, like, Moxie going old school and just like punching her right in the face and then punching Joey Janelle in the face. You know? You also have, that's gonna be fun. Also Moxley in New Japan, we're gonna get to it. Phenomenal. You have the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, versus the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, and the Laredo Kid. This is gonna be
wild
awesome.
match. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm curious who the third person was supposed to be.
Rey Mysterio.
I'm willing to bet. I don't know. It wasn't Laredo Kid. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You think so? You don't think so?
No.
He's a AAA guy, so I think,
I think they ended up going in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was going to be someone for Kenny.
Okay.
You know what? I'm willing to bet it would have been Pac.
Ooh, okay. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
It
was Pac. It was Pac. You know what, Jason? You're right. It was Pac.
Cody versus Darby Allin. I think that's going to be ridiculous.
Cody versus Darby Allin is going to be great. We have seen Darby.
Yeah.
Many times. He kills himself all the time.
I think a Darby Allin versus Moxley match is going to be in the card. You know,
isn't that coming up?
Hardcore guys.
Didn't they wrestle already?
Oh yeah, you might be right.
They did a thing, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I got to watch that match. But yes, you're right. I got a little catching up to do. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be free. It's next week. We might be doing a little pre-show.
I think we should do a watch along, dude.
A little pre-show.
What time does it start?
Let's do heroin, man.
Oh God. What time does the show start?
Let's see here.
You want to take a bunch of ecstasy? By the way, we're joking here. It's a joke.
No, I want to take a bunch of ecstasy.
You want to take a bunch of ecstasy and go on the air and see what happens?
Do a little heroin?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Man. Yeah. Let's get drugged
what do you... What it starts at 7,
Yeah.
I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I think we should do a watch along, dude. Let's not drink all day and just start for that.
Okay.
And then we'll just get belligerent by the end.
And then 2 weeks after that, you have Fight for the Fallen.
And then you have Fight for the Fallen.
Which
do we have a card for this or no?
Yeah, we have 3 matches so far.
Okay.
Brandy versus Allie, Kenny versus Seema. That's gonna be fun.
That'll be a fun match.
Cody and Dustin versus the Bucks.
That's that Fight for the Fallen,
which I think should be the main event. And then they're doing really good with their scheduling because in August you have All Out. The only 2 matches announced were Mox and Kenny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
That's fine.
Adam Page versus Jericho, also going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then in July, we're getting into like some good razzling here. You have the annual G1 and the dudes who are in the G1 this year. Oh my God. Unbelievable. With a couple of people where I'm like, but for the most part.
Before you go into that, let me just, let's pay some bills.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's pay some bills here. I want to remind everybody, if you love the show, if you enjoy the show, hit that super chat button. Fund us right here on YouTube if you're watching live. Also, for people listening on demand, you could, we're doing 2 shows this week. Next week, we're probably going to do 2 shows. The week after that, we're probably going to do more. We are all over the place with our shows. It would be much, much appreciated if you go to patreon.com/MattmenPodcast and fund us as little as $1 per month. You could do.
Yeah.
I would do a couple bucks more. I would do like $4 a month.
75 is good.
Like right now, we're going to go get a drink after this. We're going to go have a couple of beers, maybe a sandwich. Go and fund us. It helps us do this.
Let's go $75 a day.
$75 a day. Also, I want to thank our great friends over at Blue Chew. Glenn. Glenn is the man who introduced Blue Chew to the professional wrestling world. And I have to tell you, everybody needs to send this guy a thank you. The Blue Chew Ferry comes into the lockers now. Sneaks a little Blue Chew in some of the boys' bags.
Ba-boom.
Listen, Blue Chew is unbelievable. It's not only for people who have some issues. If you want an extra edge to your game, you could go check out Blue Chew. It's the same active ingredient as two of the most well-known brands out there, Viagra and Cialis.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chewable version. You could take this on a full or empty stomach.
Mm-hmm.
You could just pop it, and you're good to go quickly. Immediately, you're good to go almost.
Very excited.
If you go to visitbluechew.com, you get your first shipment for free. I actually have mine here somewhere. I got it dangling over there.
Yeah. For later.
You get it. You don't. It doesn't. Things don't dangle anymore with Blue Chew.
For when you watch Stomping Grounds.
For when I'm
later
watching
tonight?
Stomping. You know what? Why don't we pop a Blue Chew and watch Stomping Grounds together?
Oh yeah.
Visit BlueChew.com to get your first shipment for free when you use the special promo code MATMEN at checkout. All you got to do is pay the shipping of $5. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code MATMEN.
Get your boners up.
Get your boners up.
That's another t-shirt. Can we do that t-shirt? Yeah. Get your boners up.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
we're going to
fucking
take
great.
Blue Chew. We're going to shoot a little heroin.
No.
We're going to
Ecstasy.
do
No
some
heroin.
ecstasy.
Just ecstasy.
Oh,
And
man.
then just rub beards.
They'll just find us dead the next day.
Yeah.
with huge boners.
Rigor mortis is set in due to Blue Chew.
So the G1 Climax is set to start next month, and it starts around my birthday. I get very happy about that.
I'm
very nerdy
more excited
that.
about this year's G1 than last year's.
Oh, absolutely. You like this A block, Lance Archer,
Yeah.
Evil, Bad Luck, Kota Ibushi, Kenta, Okada, Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., Sonata, Tanahashi. Holy crap! Right?
Great.
Everybody, the thing about the G1, if you guys are not familiar with it, is it's a round robin elimination tournament with 2 blocks and a point system, which means everybody in each block faces everybody else at some point. So you're gonna get Kenta versus all those dudes, right? Kenta Tanahashi, Kenta Okada, Kenta Ospreay, Kenta
Yeah.
Bad Luck, Evil, all those dudes. B block, Jeff Cobb, Goto, Ishii, Moxley, Nato, Juice Robinson, Taichi, Shingo, Jay White, and Toriano. Again, these guys will all face each other at some point. Moxley versus everybody. Goto versus everybody. Imagine Moxley versus Goto.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Like anybody. Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb. Yeah.
Jeff Cobb Nato. Jeff Cobb Jay White. Jay White Shingo. Shingo versus it's ridiculous. Toriano selling DVDs. I think it's gonna be good.
I hate Toriano.
I know you do.
I can't stand him.
I do wish Jericho was added to this, but
It would be impossible for him. Dude.
yeah, it would have been too much for his schedule, right?
This is like an Iron Man competition, you know.
But I also do think he's gonna show up during another match, and he's gonna get involved with Tanahashi somehow, because they set up that little thing before,
Yeah.
right? And then after that, this tournament goes on for like a month, by the way. Or
It's for,
so.
yeah, it's forever.
And whoever wins the tournament gets a shot at the IWGP title at Wrestle Kingdom the next year on January 4th, right? Or whenever it's going to be. Who's your favorite?
In this,
Mhm.
I'm very excited to see Moxley in this because of the mix.
Yeah.
Where it's a really different combination.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite to win it,
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb.
Really?
I want Jeff Cobb to win it.
Why? So you want Jeff Cobb Okada?
Yeah, kind of. I'm
Wrestle
curious
Kingdom?
because we've had all the other combinations,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So A block, B block. You're saying Jeff Cobb wins B block, Okada wins A block?
No. Maybe Okada wins A block. I gotta look into
That'd
it
be
more.
great if Okada wins A block and then he wins. He
The
just
whole
wins
thing,
the whole
and
thing,
he has no challenger.
and then he fights himself.
He fights himself. That'll be an 18-star match.
I do think this is Ibushi's time. I think Ibushi wins A block, and I think B block is gonna be taken by Naito, and you're gonna have their blow off, and Ibushi wins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, quick question.
Shoot,
Where is Marty?
Marty Scurr,
Mm-hmm.
Marty Scurr.
I have to find out. I have to ask some more questions
Mhm.
about him because his time is coming up with that contract.
Yeah. I want to see where he goes.
I have to tell you, he's not very happy at Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm. I like the shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
great shirt.
I love him.
You didn't have to flex your pecs when I compliment you.
I always will flex my pecs for you. All right, guys, let's submit your questions. We got a couple of minutes here at the end of the show.
Oh, Bob Hazelwood wants us to do an on-air demo of
Blue Chew?
Of Blue Chew.
Okay. Only for you, Bob. It'll be a private stream.
Through the pants.
Yeah. Let's submit your questions. Whatever question you have about pro wrestling, we will do our best to answer them. It could be stuff that we've answered previously that you don't remember the answer to, or it could be something totally new.
Yeah.
You're in the chat room. You could submit them. I know that there were a couple of questions earlier that I cannot scroll up to get.
Mm-hmm.
So resubmit those questions. I'm very excited to see what happens over the next couple months, to be honest, with WWE and their answer to AEW once they launch TV.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. This is a fun time for wrestling.
The domestic butler wants to know, who will be the ref? Sheamus, Brock? What? What ref?
For
who?
I think for Drew and Roman.
Oh, the ref. That? Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe I think it's gonna be Shane.
Okay, I'll go with Shane.
All right.
Jason Bowman asks thoughts on the Dynamite name that AEW keeps trademarking for the TV show. He didn't put that in quotes.
So how many times was it trademarked? I know it was done last year. Mm-hmm. It could be. I mean, the idea was TNT Tuesday Night Dynamite, but Tuesday nights would be an impossible time slot for them with the NBA schedule.
Right.
It's really going to be a tough schedule. So I don't think they're going to go Tuesdays whatsoever. I think a Wednesday night is the smartest night for them.
Okay.
Because I anticipate SmackDown to go back to Tuesdays.
Okay. I agree with that. Bob Hazelwood.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts on the AEW WWE collusion rumors?
It is a Russo theory,
right? And
I think he's working everybody.
Yeah.
It is not true.
How do you feel about Jungle Boy in AEW? I feel great about it.
Yeah, he's trying something.
Oh, the special ref for Seth and Baron Corbin.
Oh, Seth and Baron Corbin. Yeah. Jesus. I have no idea.
Shane, I'm gonna go Shane.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Brock Lesnar in a ref shirt. Do you think Brock will cash in when SmackDown moves to Fox just to kick it off with a bang? I think DDP is gonna cash in.
I do think Brock. I do think Brock is gonna have a tremendous presence on Fox.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, he has to. They need all the stars they want. Cena's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get Taker. You're gonna get Shawn. You're gonna get The Rock. You're gonna get Austin.
Oh my God.
They want that first. They want that first SmackDown on Fox to be
JBL.
like 5 million people.
JBL.
You know what? I'm telling you, if they bring back, let me just throw this to you. Mm-hmm. If they bring Austin, they bring Rock, they bring all of DX. They have Hunter on the match. Yeah, I would say, you know what? Let's do Undertaker versus somebody.
Yeah,
on that first Fox. Let's make this a pay-per-view level event the first couple of weeks to kind of get things going. Mm-hmm. And then, because we constantly talk about the ratings. They could pop the rating 500,000 people instantly.
Yeah.
All right? Or 1 million people instantly. Mm-hmm. They could do this. Sustaining it afterwards would be difficult, but they need to bring in an audience that is kind of dissipated and get them used to making this their Friday night schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I would do some really big stuff on that card.
Undertaker versus Goldberg too.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're going to submit questions, please make sure you put a question mark at the end. Otherwise, it looks like a comment, and we'll probably skip over it because we're looking at 1 million chats right
now. Let's see. Go ahead, Rich.
Let's see. How do you think AEW is going to book Luchasaurus? I think they're going to book him strong.
I think they're not going to do anything. He's just going to be an entry-level guy.
He's going to be a guy? Like
just a regular guy.
Undercard
guy, yeah.
They did say that there will be a secondary belt that they're working on, right?
Yes, there will be.
So what do you think? Again, like this is just fantasy.
Yeah.
But
What do you call
All
it?
the good names are taken pretty much by WWE and maybe other companies.
They could
What
do
do they call it?
They will not do an Intercontinental.
Why not?
I think they could do a TV title.
Okay.
We haven't seen a TV title for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They could do a United States title. I mean, you could do a North American title, but that's silly for them to do.
Yeah.
So I would do a secondary title. I would do, they are doing a cruiserweight title too. So they're doing a cruiserweight, a women's tag, men's tag, and a secondary. If I'm gonna pick right now, I would go with a TV title.
Extracontinental champion.
The extraterrestrial.
Oh my God, that would be great. The extraterrestrial champion.
Yeah. I think Brock should have that title.
From effing Xenu. Is WWE the only company that never had a TV title?
One of them, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like every company had, like a TV title.
TNA had a TV title.
Right. TNA, ROH, ECW, Ring of Honor.
You said Ring of Honor.
WCW.
WCW. Yeah.
And Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
This is going to keep saying Ring of Honor.
Just say Ring of Honor. What else do we have?
The 7 Continental title. There we go.
Yeah. The 7 Continental.
I like the extraterrestrial title.
I like the extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial
title. I would have Randy Orton hold that title, and I would have Brock Lesnar, and give me another weirdo.
Oh, well, Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus. There you go.
Give me another weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna have it. How do you feel about Joey Janela, and do you think AEW gonna have that hardcore title?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Nah, I think the days of hardcore are over.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're still like a CZW like stalwart. Like I know a dude who just watches nothing but death matches, and that does it for him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care about Japanese wrestling.
He just loves
just
that.
loves death matches.
Not my thing.
I know. What do you call it? You call it garbage wrestling?
Maybe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys think may show up at All Out as a surprise, like Bret Hart at Double or Nothing? Well, Flair was supposed to be at Double or Nothing, but had to pull out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna get a lot of these guys that show up.
Yeah, DDP's like in there already.
Flair maybe.
Yeah, DDP has no WWE Legends contract. If you don't have a Legends contract, chances are you will show up at some capacity, right? In AEW.
Well, what's Flair's deal?
Flair was sick, remember?
Yeah, but Flair was no. But what's his contract? I think he is on a Legends contract.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
I don't know
because they didn't pull him from. Prior to him being sick, they didn't pull him from StarCast.
Maybe not. Maybe you're right.
You know, because I feel like anybody who has any kind of contract, they'll say, you know, you can't be at these things.
Yeah.
Brett was at StarCast, right?
He was, yeah.
And out of everybody, Brett should have a Legends deal, right?
Yeah.
But apparently no Legends deal. I think Nash and Hall have one, or it just ran out.
By the way, I booked them for Capital Wrestling.
Did you talk to them?
No, I didn't talk to them. I spoke to their agent.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Randy Orton will move to AEW when contract is up in 2020? Absolutely not.
No, he's just using them as leverage. Let me go back. I know that there were a couple other questions here that I want to get to. Rumors on Steve Austin turning up at AEW. I would lose my mind if that's the case, but I don't see that being a thing.
Does he have a Legends deal?
I think he does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
But his podcast is coming back to the network.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like I read or heard something that they're getting more episodes.
For the WWE Network?
Yeah.
I have not read or heard that. Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'm wrong. MG Geek, according to Montavious Gavavius Geek, Austin has a Legends deal.
Okay. There you go. Any news on AEW in Canada? I think the TV is going to be announced in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're working on something.
It's going to be.
It'll be on TV.
Yeah.
Do you think Randy Orton shows up? No. Did you watch Impact last night? No, I did not. Which legends in the company will you like to see as a GM or producer? I don't want to see any GMs.
Yeah.
I'm tired of GMs.
I don't think they're. I obviously the AEW guys know what they're doing, and I think fans are so conditioned by the WWE formula that they think AEW is going to be WWE done right. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's like a weird fantasy that a lot of people have, but they're clearly doing their own thing, and I really don't see them relying on legends too much, you know, because it takes the emphasis away from exactly what they're trying to do, which is blow up these guys who may not have had a chance elsewhere. Again,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up Luchasaurus as a great example because that dude was in NXT. You know, he was like on that roster, and he got hurt unfortunately, and then they released him. But now he's back, and I think they're giving guys like that a time to shine. You know, would you ever see Jungle Boy signed by WWE?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
MJF definitely.
MJF is a star, man.
And
And he's young. He's 23.
Adam Page, 100%.
Adam Page, they had offered him a deal, and he turned it down.
You know, so like they're taking these guys who have so much potential, and they're putting them on a national scale, and I think that's awesome. You know.
Thoughts on WWE 2K20 game? Zero. I have no idea anything. I don't know anything about it.
Apparently, this is the most money they've spent on a 2K game
Really?
in terms of roster and production, and that the filming for it is apparently like ridiculous, like nothing you've ever seen before.
So they've upped the quality.
Yeah, they've upped the quality from what I hear, and also like just like the spots that they've filmed for it, they put like serious money into.
Really?
Yeah. Will Fox have movie stars turn up on SmackDown?
I mean, it has nothing to do with Fox Studios. It's more Fox sports division, but maybe.
I do like that question though.
Yeah, maybe. Who would they bring
Get a
on?
load of this movie star.
Who would they have?
The Rock. The Rock's a movie star.
Rock's a movie
Biggest
star.
movie star on earth.
Yeah. Isn't that
Physically
crazy?
and monetarily.
Isn't that crazy
Yeah.
that The Rock...
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's another parallel universe somewhere where The Rock never left wrestling and he
Mhm.
never went into movies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like we split somewhere
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this universe where The Rock...
Extraterrestrial title.
where The Rock is
Mm-hmm.
a movie star.
Mhm.
If I fell in a coma
Mhm.
in 1999
Oh my God.
and woke up in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
no brain damage, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I woke up and I got to be like, okay, so who's your big movie star nowadays? And someone's like, oh, you know that guy, The Rock?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, what?
No. They'd say, you know that guy Dwayne Johnson, and you'd be like, who? The Rock?
Yeah. And I'm going to be like, what's next? You going to tell me Donald Trump's the president?
And then you go back into a coma.
I just go back to sleep. I don't believe that this is the reality that we're in.
Oh my God, that's 100% true, man. Like that's so nuts. Where like this dude makes the most money, and he makes arguably the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of his movies are terrible, but I also think even though they're terrible, they are amazing. You know, Skyscraper, great example.
Yeah.
Stupid effing movie, but you know what? It's The Rock.
I think Bart Simpson and Homer are showing up.
Oh
on
hell yeah!
Oh, God.
Bart interrupts an Elias promo.
What does Ring of Honor have to do to be one of the main topics in wrestling? They need to do everything.
They gotta sell their company.
They got to redo that whole
Sorry.
concept of theirs because it's all over the place. Get
Sorry,
a
bud.
new booker, man.
Yeah.
With Fox on SmackDown, is there going to be a new theme intro? Which artist will you like? Yes, there's going to be a new theme.
Mhm.
The new everything. New set also.
Yeah.
I was told a new set.
And you don't like the? I want them to bring the fist back.
I want the fist back.
The fist, and I also want.
Marilyn Manson.
Oh my God!
No, I want the first one. I want the. How come they haven't done like a retro SmackDown?
Didn't they once? I think they did a couple of years ago. And they brought the fist back.
No.
I'm pretty sure they did. Am I dreaming?
Again, this is that parallel universe.
Oh my God!
Too many blue chews, man. They start messing with you.
Get your bonus up.
Get your bonus up. How about Rock versus HBK on the first SmackDown, and HBK cost him the title on the first? I think that's a phenomenal fantasy booking. Just don't. You know what? If they have Joe Buck announce for wrestling, I will mutilate myself publicly.
I want you to give the next question a funny voice.
Which one?
Underneath Bob Hazelwood's Joe Buck comment.
Okay. On AEW, Double or Nothing. I don't hear no theme songs for AEW Battle Royal for the wrestlers. Is they gonna sign Jim Johnston to a songs for the wrestlers?
Oh, that's great.
Hey, this question's from Philly in Hackensack.
Is that your inquisitive gesture? Meh.
No, they actually have a they have music being made. They have a person doing it.
Whew, that was great, man. Thank you for that laugh. I needed that.
Hey,
So
any
good.
music that you guys likes?
Mm.
Asking for my friend in Philadelphia.
Have you guys seen the documentary 350 Days? No.
No, what is it about?
They have a music guy already. MG Geek, is it you? Oh my God.
What?
Does your name stand for music guy?
Music guy geek. That's it. He is a music
He's like,
guy.
they got a music guy already.
Off
This
the
guy.
wrestling topic.
Yeah.
I watched Amadeus again for the first time in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I
Great
forgot
movie.
how hysterical that movie is.
Great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie.
His laugh in that movie is
Oh,
perfect.
so good. That movie is so good.
It's great. I haven't seen. I love that movie. I think I own it. But like it's next to Barry Lyndon, which is like also another weird movie.
350 Days is about old-time wrestlers' life on the road 300. I got to check it out.
Yeah, is it on the YouTube? Should I start watching it now while we're doing the show?
Do you think traditional pay-per-view is going to be done in a couple of years? I mean, it's diminishing. They're losing a lot of boxing. They've lost wrestling in general. Other than that, MMA's not on pay-per-view, right? UFC's not on pay-per-view, traditional pay-per-view.
Right.
So in the traditional sense, yes. In the digital sense, no. Just moving over.
Yeah. Did we watch Rocket Man? No, we didn't.
No.
I like that. That was just questions.
Just ask us anything.
Yeah, guys, just ask us questions.
Yeah,
Doesn't
just
have
ask us
anything to do with
questions.
wrestling.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. Any questions?
You know. Why is this guy blue?
Would you like a slow build? You want me to do a voice for this one?
Yeah, do another.
All right.
Do another.
A
Funny
different voice?
Yeah, yeah, please.
All right.
I'm asking this for my friend Carol.
That's
Would you
basically the same voice.
It is. I can't
At
do
the
it.
end of the day, that's the same voice.
I can't do another one. You want to do one? You do one. You do a
I
voice.
can't because I'm giggling, and when I giggle, I can't do voices. Would you slow build the Rumble now having AJ when facing Rawling? Slow builds used to be great.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I'm into this.
Domestic Butler, you've asked a lot of great stuff. I think you need to learn a little grammar and punctuation.
I need a
can't-
punctuation. There.
That's very. You can do that in like a Marlon Brando kind of voice, right?
Would you say a slow build in a rumble?
This is great stuff.
Oh,
This is what
God.
you guys are paying for. This is amazing. Would you slow build a Rumble? No, I can't
You know who
do-
does a phenomenal Brando?
Uh,
Harry.
Oh, I could see that.
Oh
yeah.
my God, he does the best Brando. He does a Brando eating a sandwich on stage, and he's talking about the cold cuts.
Oh, that's perfect. Harold. Oh, Harold.
Oh yeah. So MG Geek posted a link in the chat room for the guy. His name is Mikey Ruckus. He makes the music. For them.
yeah, Mike.
All right. Have you
that's a great
heard
name.
if AEW has planned a location for the TV show? Jason, that is a great question. I have heard nothing about their schedule.
Great question. No answer.
No answer. That is a very difficult project. Like, people think it's going to be so easy to book buildings. It is not. Availability, building, size, dates, price, lock-ins for previous stuff. We should know in a couple of weeks because they got to announce when they're putting tickets on sale.
That is true. I'm excited, man. All right, Large 23. Great question.
Do you like pineapples on pizza?
I love a Hawaiian pizza.
I don't mind it.
Mhm.
Don't love it. Don't mind
You're
it.
okay with it?
I'm okay with it.
I love Hawaiian pizza. I think it's one of the greatest things ever. I've always loved Hawaiian pizza. I don't understand the trend of people thinking it's unnatural to put pineapple on a pizza.
I mean, a little unnatural,
It's not-
but it doesn't take away from it.
It's also not poop.
It's also not.
You know, like if somebody said, "Hey, put some, you eat pizza with poop on it," I'll say, "No, that's gross." I think you need to reserve your reactions for stuff that's legitimately gross.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not grossed out by it. I won't seek it out.
Mhm.
Like if I'm ordering pizza, I won't be like, oh man, I really need a pineapple slice.
Oh, really?
But if I'm at a place that has one,
Mm-hmm.
like somebody ordered pizza and one of the pies is a pineapple pie,
Mhm.
I'll have it.
I've gone out of my way to go to a place where I'm like, yo, I need a pineapple slice of pizza right now.
Yeah.
And also, there's a great. I'm not gonna do a plug for them because they're not a sponsor, but there's a great gourmet. Gourmet. I think that's the wrong word. There's a great wood oven pizza place in Astoria
Dude, give a plug. You don't
that
want to give
has.
a plug?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you don't like them?
No, I love them. I love them.
You want their money though.
Yeah. All right. It's called Milk Flour. They're in Astoria, New York, and they have a great pizza with pineapple and speck. Speck is like kind of bacon, kind of not really. It's like kind of bacon, kind of prosciutto. and jalapenos, and it is friggin' ridiculous.
All right. Do you think Shane McMahon build a stable like the corporation? I think he has it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys going to watch Slammiversary July 7th? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
I might be in Vegas that day.
I wish it was also spelled that the way he spelled it.
What? Slammiversary.
Like just
If a large pizza is cut into 12 slices, is it more filling than cut into 8? It's a great question, Bob. Yes, it is. If you're still eating all of them, yes.
I do think if you have a pizza that's cut into 12 slices, it's probably easier for somebody to eat it in one sitting. But I don't think it's more filling because it's the same amount of pizza.
What two wrestlers are overrated and underrated in WWE right now?
Overrated wrestler? I don't know. I don't think that question applies.
I need a drink before I could answer that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to hold off on that answer. I want to give you a good answer. I'll give it to you. We'll give you that answer next week.
Okay.
I got to think about it. Moose
Yeah.
versus RVD is going to be awesome. Mike Elgin versus Brian Cage. Okay. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up.
Thanks, fellas and ladies.
Love you guys. Love you, ladies. Mattman Podcast. Everywhere podcasts are available. So listen, you guys are all here. Hit the subscribe button here. Also, subscribe to us everywhere podcasts are available. So it's Spotify, it's Apple, Apple Podcasts, it's Google Podcasts, it's Pocket Casts, whatever app you're using. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Get your bonus up.
I can still do that. Look, my arms are not bad. Lifting up babies. That's all I do. I do this with babies. Follow us everywhere podcasts are available. We deeply appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging out with us today on a Sunday, wink, morning. This will be available probably Sunday for our audience. And maybe I'll come home. I have an event tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll come home and I'll like pop on.
You mean later today?
Yes, later today. I have an event today. I'll pop on, and then we'll do maybe something for Stomping Ground. I don't know. I got to see what my schedule's going to be, but maybe we'll do like a surprise thing. I'll do a surprise thing. I don't want to talk for Rich.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Later.
That was a Fiend show.
It was a lot of fun. I think we need to work in more silly voices.
I'm gonna go see my friend in Ronkonkoma.
Do it for Ronkonkoma, Jita. Do it for Ronkonkoma. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Thank you.
Later.
Bye.